Everybody, it's Sweaty Zeus here, continuing the walkthrough of Elden Ring, and I did mess up on Nefeli's quest. My problem is you can't finish Ronnie's part of her quest line that we just finished in the last episode, where we return to her after finding the item that she sent us down there for, the I think it's like the black knife is what it's called. But yeah, so you have to deal with Seluvis and the puppets and all that before. So I made a separate video that I'm gonna put before that video. So yeah, it'll be all straightened out. There'll be a 15-minute video when I put these in order before the one where I screwed it up, and then I'll cut the part where I screwed it up. So basically, you just don't finish Ronnie's quest line once you go to the Eternal City, like we did in the video before last. Just don't talk to her until you've completed what you want to do with the puppets, because at that point you'll be locked out, because Seluvis will die. So I just got to the point where we would have given Nefeli the potion, and we didn't have an option, and that's how I kind of figured it out. You can see she's talking about the ash we gave her. She can smell the storm. It reminds her of her first talk. If you remember the ash we found in the Precipice of Anticipation, the one we couldn't actually utilize, but it said it was ashes of a Stormhawk. Once you come back here, she's down there upset. You talk to her, she'll tell you to go away. Go in there, talk to Gideon, and ask him about her and what's going on. And then you go back down there and talk to her again. At that point, you'll either be able to give her the potion, or you can give her the Storm King Hawk, which if you give her that, that'll progress her storyline. If you do it that way, you'll actually get a ancient smithing stone, which is like the last item you need to finish your upgrade path for a regular weapon. Not the somber, but the regular. And also, I did want to make a note here. You need to talk to Ofnir and tell him found where the Lord of Blood is.
Make the journey to the capital. The two things you may be for we.
So if you know where it is, you'll tell him here. So I already did it, but there'll be an option that says about the Lord of Blood. So, and then you can give him the potion as well if you don't want to puppeteer Nefeli. But you can also puppeteer Dung Eater, who's in there, which I did on my other playthrough. So the one that I'm using, as a prep for this stream. So if you want to do that, it's a lot more involved. It'll take you a little later in the game. So you won't be able to do it until you complete the capital area almost completely. You'll have to beat the boss of this area, and then you'll have to go down in the sewers, find Dung Eater. You'll have to let him out. Then you'll have to fight him. Actually, first you go to him here. Once you get a seedbed curse, which you'll get one as soon as you go in the capital, you come to him here, talk to him. Then he'll give you the key to his cell. Then you have to go find him under the city. And then once you find him, you let him out. He'll be in the moat around the city. At that point, you are invaded by him. He'll be near the guy who sold us the prawns, because he'll move and be selling crabs. And there'll be like an event that happens there, and then after that, he'll go back to the cell that he was in. And then when he's in that cell, he'll be tied up in a chair, and you'll have the option to give him the potion. So I know that's all super complicated, but it's not as bad as it sounds. But I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up on like what you got to look out for, because that way you know what to do to avoid messing it up. It's easy the way the quests overlap, to cut yourself out of one. Especially Ronnie's. I think if you finish it too early, there's like 4 or 5 things that can mess up. So this is going to take us up to Altus. Like I said, this is the opposite way. If you didn't take the big lift that we took earlier, it'll ever come down. So say I didn't think it was that long. I'm working on another playthrough as well. I just started for like a pure mage, which I hadn't done before. I want to cover the dark Moonlight sword. It's really good. They actually buffed it even more in the last update. So the ability, which is like its built-in Ash of War, just got even cheaper as far as FP. And there's a way you can throw out like energy projectile type things with your R2 after you do the Ash of War. It'll enchant your blade, and then for, I don't know, maybe a minute, you'll be able to shoot projectiles with R2 through the blade, and you can charge them up. And they were pretty good even before they were buffed. Like when I used it on a prior playthrough, I was getting up to like 2,000 per hit. So this is what I was talking about here. The dragon will come out. So it's Lanceax, who's one of the ancient dragons. We'll finish a couple of them by the time we're done, but you've only got to get his health, I think, about half on this. Ooh. There he goes. Wow, they must have patched him too, because you don't have to do near as much damage as it was before. There's so while we're here, there's also two over here. There's two caves in this little area we're in. I guess they're about right here. One's a perfumer's area where you're gonna get a perfumer's cookbook, which is gonna allow you to do a lot of the like perfumers craftable items. So if that's something you're interested in. I'm gonna check too. Let's see, we got Beast Claw. Okay. I think for the remainder of this playthrough, I'm gonna go for like a lightning faith guy. You already did this one. You go to the back over here, which we did do earlier. It'll take you up to, I'm gonna just run this path for those that didn't come earlier. We came up here to get a crossbow for the Radon fight. So if you didn't do that, basically what we're going to do is just follow this path, and it's just going to lead you all the way to the Volcano Manor, and we'll be able to pick up the map fragment for the area as well. And I generally try to get those before, I start trying to knock off some of the content, like as far as catacombs and other little areas on the map. So I don't think we've done Seethewater yet. There's also a really good curved sword you can get up here. It's actually the best one in the game as far as like the shorter curved swords. It's got built-in bleed. Very, very good. I always want with these playthroughs and walkthroughs it's like I'll miss something with a quest. It's almost impossible to do all of them, and then I'll want to start over and redo the whole thing. And then what happens is in the start over, I'll miss something else because there's so many quest lines. The game's really designed, I think, to be played multiple times. Like, because it's kind of hard to get, if not impossible, to get everything in one playthrough. So, you've got something on your second playthrough to look forward to. I can't remember, did we get the Crozier when we were here last? We did not. Okay. It should be very simple at this point, I think. There's the Fire Monk armor. Alright, so there's going to be a boss in here. It's the big guy with the giant red hammer you see there. He was in the trailer as well. One of the cool looking bosses we saw. So I'm going to go ahead and, there, I did it again. Go ahead and throw on my buffs. I'd assume he's weak to cold, but I don't know. Dang, too far. We're gonna get his hammer that he's using. Wow, look at that. This guy's kind of a joke. I remember when I got to him before, I was hoping he was a little more difficult. Just because he looks kind of scary and you're expecting a tough fight, and then you just kind of mop the floor with him. It's a little anticlimactic, but I know a lot of people will struggle with it, so it's okay. You miss those days when you get good at these games of when they were more challenging. I played them too much. So right here, Fire Scorpion Charm. It's going to increase the damage you do with fire incantations. It's also, though, going to... No! It's also going to lower your damage negation. So... I should have known that was going to happen. And there was a reason I was doing that, okay? There's actually there's a little pillar you can jump down to get down over there. And basically it allows you to kind of get the drop on those little clown car things. Oh, this guy respawns. I didn't even know that. Uh-oh. That move where he charges at us does a lot of damage. Okay, so he's like a traditional enemy, and you can kind of farm his gear from him. I thought he was just like a guaranteed drop for his hammer. Interesting. There it is. Let's see if I can do this again. There we go. He is not to jump off. Oh, fucked that up, didn't I? Alright, so Magma Worm's gonna be over here. We can take him on at this point. There is a stake of America here, so. You're hopefully not gonna die like me right off the bat. Oh my goodness. It's not going well today, is it? You know, some days you just have those days. Luckily the stake is like right there, so that's nice. Alright. Come on, Mimic, get out of this. There we go. Come on. I rolled out of that. Shit. I screwed that up. I did not switch fast enough. I got messed up. So they've changed this. Torrent, I guess, takes damage in here now. Before he didn't. Our buddy's gonna be over here, Alexander.
Oh, mountain of fire! Bake me in your flames.
Ah, good sir. What business might you have? I hardly think you're here to temper yourself with your timing, though. Is if I've been making just the thing for you, take it. I'm sure it'll. But it's hardly more than lukewarm. I won't be able to temper my body such that it'll never. Perhaps I'll head east. There's an old saying I've caught wind of. Above the lofty cloud.
All right.
Perhaps I'll head an old above the lofty cloud.
So we're done with Alexander for now. We won't see him again until Farimazula, which is one of the last areas in the game. You get plenty of volcanic stone up here, that's for sure. So there will be plenty of runes here if you want to grab them. Ow! Do not kill me, do not kill me. Alright, so there's a statue right here. I've already broken it. There's a deer by that cottage you can see my sword pointing to. So you go up there and wake the bear and then kind of run down there and lure him to hit the statue. You'll be able to grab what's inside, which is several smithing stones. There'll be a few items over here. Thinking there was an item over here we missed, but these demi-humans are gonna yell and wake up the big bear. There he is. Looks like he already came down. You can jump up on the roof of Torrent and take him out. That's probably the easiest way to deal with him. Alright, so this is a really good spot to farm animal bones if you want. There will be a shard right over there, along with a sorcerer and some demi-humans who are following him. Alright, so we got our vigor up to 40. Let's see. Don't really need to pump mind as much now that we're not going to be going for the puppeteers, because they're more expensive. Mimic actually uses our HP, so we won't need to pump it for that. Dex and strength, by the way, while I'm at it, if you're going to keep using the weapon I'm using now, like permanently, I would start really putting points in Dex. You see, I'm getting 5 points of damage for every level. So I mean that's a really big difference for a weapon, and you're also getting 3 for strength. So putting points into those is not a bad idea whatsoever. So in fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't know that I'm going to be sticking with this weapon, but sorry, the shard is actually just up a little further. But this is where you can farm all these animal bones. You get some AoE magic and toss it in there. You'll kill 5 or 6 every time. More if you do good. I really hate these little fast demi-humans. Skitterers, I call them. They keep running under the horse. Alright. Oh shit, I forgot about the virgin. Something I've figured out about these is when they open like that, damn it, that's exactly what I didn't want to do. When they open like that, try to roll dodge out of it, and then they'll usually have an opening shortly after to attack. And while he's open like that, you're gonna do significantly more damage. We don't really need it on this one though. But especially if they're kind of tough for what level you're at, wherever you're facing them. Like when we fought the ones at Volcano Manor a while back. If you hit them while that door's open, it does, I'd say, like double the damage. Alright, so there's several demi-humans in here and a lot of items. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. I covered it in a prior video. Like I said, there's a sorcerer over here with a few demi-humans. I like to come over here, usually, and take them first. They'll yell and draw all the other ones. But this area over here is much more open. You won't get as blindsided. one little guy took out my horse. There's also going to be a demi-human queen right when you get out of this village, and a really good sorcery. Probably the best one, actually. I can't remember all the items in here. There's not a lot of things that are seriously important, but there is the crossbow somewhere up in this village. Like I said, we came up here and got it earlier. I thought it was in the open. I know it's in one of these open ones. I think it might be either in this one or the one that Grace was in the last little area. Okay, so then we're going to ride across. This is a little makeshift bridge. Right here's where the demi-human queen will be, and then there will be 3 sorcerers around her, and I would take them out first because they're all just one hit, and they'll be doing a lot of damage to you while you're trying to take her out. So anytime there's a weak enemy you can knock out real quick, I always suggest that. So come over here and talk to this statue or guy, and he'll give you the sorcery, which I'll show you, which is the one you've probably seen before. It looks like a giant laser beam, Comet Azure. It requires 60 intelligence, but yeah, it's so good. If you have unlimited H or FP, you can just keep holding it down. It does shoot through FP, but yeah, it'll really do a lot of damage. You can shoot through a whole boss's health bars if you just charge it and keep holding it. So down in here is another one of the areas of the heroes' graves. We've been to a few of them. So you can run down there and grab that grace if you want. We'll come back very shortly. For now, I'm going to continue on and grab that map fragment so we can kind of see our way around a little more. It's really hard to judge where you are when there's no context on the map. Oops, sorry, squirrel. Alright, so now down here, there's going to be a lot of soldiers. A lot of them are going to be frenzied too, so just be ready for that. You kind of get suckered into just thinking they're, just good old normal soldiers. But then you'll see a lot of them start having frenzy eyes soon, and there's some of the Lindale Knights that will fight a lot more here soon. We fought a couple when we first got to the plateau that have several lightning incantations. They're really tough, and they're actually also frenzied here, so they're really, really tough. There's the pulley bow, basically like a compound bow. Ooh, I was having to turn my fan on in here. It got hot. Hit 85 degrees today, just out of nowhere. I still haven't been able to get that guy's been able to get his what you call it, flail. He's got all the pumpkin head enemies have a flail that looks really cool, but I've never even seen it. So, alright, so there's gonna be a Grafted Scion here, so if you want to go ahead and buff, I would probably recommend it. Here, am I hitting Flame Cleanse Me again instead of Flame Grant Me Strength? There we go. Get where the Scion comes from. There he is. You should be able to dunk on him if you have a +10 weapon. And right here is Scavenger's Curved Sword, which if you're going to be using smaller curved swords, is the best one. I may actually use this. I've always wanted to use it. Fortunately, you can only get the one, so you'd have to get someone to drop you another, or get it in a second playthrough to dual wield them. But they're supposed to be really good dual wielded. So there's a little bit back this way we can ride back and do. Can we get down from here? That's where we're trying to get for the map fragment. Nice. 3 for 1. There's another set of coffins and graves. Nice, I was looking for one of those. Very convenient. Okay. So it doesn't appear to be any way down. Like I was hoping for. So I think the only way to go down is to go up. There we go. You know what? This is going to drop us on the wrong side of the gap in the bridge. So we don't want that. That level down there crosses over this valley that this thing takes us over. The bridge is broken beneath us. You see, I don't know if you can see it, but right there, yeah, there it just ends. So that's why we had to come all the way up this way to get around. We'll go down there soon. There's a whole nother little legacy dungeon type thing down there, which is kind of in between, really, more like Castle Morn or Carrier Manor. It's where the executioner, bell-bearing hunter guy is going to be, that throws and controls the sword. If you remember from the shack at the beginning of the game, it came out at night. These are some long ladders. There's a merchant right here.
Welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Welcome, value, please. I'm hungry.
Cookbook like always. It's got the confessor gear. If you like it.
Ah, hello. How nice of you to stop by again. Please buy something.
I should get the stone sword too. Here's our madness buds. Oh no! I don't want to climb the ladder again, please. There we go. Got his shield. Alright, so we're to another boss. This one we're actually not going to fight. We're just going to cruise right past. So I don't have a weapon strong enough yet probably to take him on completely. He's another hard-skinned enemy. Falling Star Beast, if you remember, we fought one a long time ago. This is kind of like the Apex Falling Beast, like, you know, like the strongest one we'll face. So pretty cool arena up on top of a big plateau. So that's him there. We're just gonna ride out here. So just ignore that giant. And we are at Volcano Manor. Remember we came here much earlier. Different route. This is the route through the front door. You'll be able to save right here. Save, grab